should I go for a job which there is a lot of safety and guaranteed money, or should I jump into the part of freelancing where you have an ocean of opportunities and it's only about how you make the best of it? What would you suggest, and where is there more upside according to you?
So I think if you're beginning, you should focus more on freelancing because big companies won't trust you. In fact, no company would trust you. The issue with freelancing is that it's quick money, so there's no scale to it.
Okay.
So I know a few friends who were making 1.5 lakh rupees per month from freelancing, and they thought that the same receipts would say, like they would apply for a job and tell the HR that I was earning 1.5 lakh rupees per month, so that would be my salary. That is not true.
Okay.
Sometimes getting lesser money from a better brand is the wiser decision rather than taking a lot of money from an unknown person.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because if a big brand is paying you even mediocre amounts of money, it shows that they trust you. It shows that a really smart person is willing to, put some stake. On the other hand, when you make money through freelance gigs by people who are just starting out, who just have money but no awareness, you're ripping them off. They're paying you a lot of money simply because they don't know your subject. But that is an illusion. You're lying to yourself. And you will easily spend all the money that you make. So it's better to target brands, but nobody would trust you in the beginning. So spend 1 or 2 years freelancing, eventually shift to a better brand.
I think one of the examples that I really like, which one of my mentors told me about this, is the concept of farming versus hunting. Right? I feel freelancing is more like hunting.
Yeah.
And if you work with a bigger brand, it's like farming. You're sowing a seed for something big to happen eventually. Maybe it's not going to give you the fruit right now, but over a period of time, it is going to pay you the dividend you truly deserve.
100%.
Yeah. So moving on, I want to ask you, now let's say if we take freelancing as a career, at least somebody wants to make some quick money right now. How does one actually build the right portfolio? What would you consider a grade portfolio?
So I think you need to have 3 proper case studies. A lot of people say, where do I get my case studies from? So there's this website called sharpen.design that gives you free problem statements to work on.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can always choose a domain that you like. So if you played football as a kid, make a project that is related to football. Once you have your wireframes, everything ready, write a case study on Medium. It's a place where you can publish articles. Once you have 3 case studies ready, there's this free software called Notion. So Notion can help you build your portfolio for free.
Okay.
You don't need to buy a domain. You don't have to code anything. Take your case studies, put it on a Notion doc, and you can share a link to your Notion doc. So whenever you're messaging your recruiter, don't send a PDF, don't send a deck, because it's very difficult to go through PDFs, it's very tedious. And the point is that if you want to update into that PDF, that change is not reflected because he's downloaded that PDF. That Notion page is dynamic. Even though I have sent my link to my recruiter 1 week ago, I can still make changes to it. So write your case studies, publish on Medium, have 3 of them, put them in your Notion doc, share your Notion doc with as many recruiters as you can.
Man, again, not being an expert in this field, I still have so many takeaways for this personally, because at the end of it, it's all about customizing your portfolio the right way that is presentable, and when people see it, they have to really feel like putting that money on you. And speaking of which, everybody wants to be paid big, but it also takes big work to back that up. How do you get these people who pay you that big bucks, like big clients, to come and work with you? If you're like, let's say, in a beginner or an intermediate mode.
Yeah, so I think there are, again, 2-3 very important steps. First is being very good at what you do. That is non-negotiable. A lot of people skip that step. The second is focusing on your complementary skills. As I said, communication, storytelling, becoming a better person in general. The third step is putting yourself out there. So as a UX designer, there are 3 websites that you have to put yourself on. Dribbble, Behance, Instagram, Medium. These 4 websites, you need to have a profile on these 4 websites. Once you've put yourself out there, build in public. Every time you learn something, every time you make something, tell the world about it. Post it on Twitter, post it on LinkedIn, post it everywhere so that people can see you progress in public. Once you've done that, you have to make sure that you're positioned in the right way.
Okay.
Positioning means virtually positioning as well as physical positioning. So if you're in Bangalore, you're physically positioned in the right arena. If I were to go to Mumbai-based companies saying that I'm a UX designer, pay me big bucks, I'm in the wrong geography.
Correct.
So being in the right city is very, very important. So make sure that physically you are positioned properly. Virtually, you have to make sure that there needs to be a proper branding for what you do, that on your Instagram you're talking in the right way, you're communicating in the right way, your vocabulary is calibrated. It should show that you understand how things work.
Yes.
So virtually also you need to be positioned in the right way.
Okay.
And third is negotiations, right? When you communicate with someone, you need to know the reality, right? You can't ask too much, you can't ask too little. So being in touch with reality as to how much do you deserve.
And that requires some amount of research, some amount of networking, so that you know how to position yourself.